Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my chocolate shadow box. So there's lots of tutorials out there for shadow boxes and they are really pretty and really lovely. I decided to make one today that's quite simple, ideal for a male as well, with this beautiful keys and these beautiful things. These are from the Bird Ballad suite, so free as a bird stamp set and the Bird Ballad trinkets DSP, and inside here I have just a little pack of little mini buttons. So it's just a basic shadow box that fits in my chocolates, and then I have my cute little wrap that just slides over the top to keep it all in place. Isn't it so cute? And a lovely little gift, I think, as well, just for someone. And the buttons that I purchased come in a pack of 6. I don't recall how much they were. I'm sure they were maybe £1 or something like that. So really not very expensive. But they're perfect little gifts for someone as well. So I'll show you how to make it. So to start off with then, you will need a sheet of cardstock that is 8.5 by 8 inches, which is 20 by 17 centimetres. And then, we're going to do a lot of scoring. So if you remember with shadow boxes, you just basically do a grid work across them. So you need to score all 4 sides at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 and 2. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4 centimetres, or every 1/2 inch. So you do 4, rotate, score again. I did one already to save us time because it would take forever. So as you can see, I've got, well, let me get the lighting right. There we go. So all 4 sides I've scored 4 times. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2. Same, 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 or 1, 2, 3 and 4 centimetres. Okay, you'll have then noticed the eagle-eyed ones of you that I have done an extra score line only on 2 sides. Okay, so if I bring this up a little bit further, it's very bright actually, I don't know if you can see. So when you've done your 4, you've done all of your sides, you then need to pick, and it doesn't matter if it's the long or the short side, doesn't matter, as long as you do opposites, another 1/2 inch in, and then you score down to the second score line, and again this side 1/2 inch or 1 centimetre in that way, score down to the 2 second score line, and then we rotate completely and do the opposite side. So if you can see, I have two partial score lines there, and completely opposite I have 2 more there. Okay, so then comes in the fun part of folding and burnishing all of your score lines. So you're going to go along, fold, burnish, all the way along until you've done all of them. Now I didn't pre-do this one, but this shouldn't take too long. And as I say, there are so many tutorials on shadow boxes. If you want a basic tutorial, I have done others. The principle is the same for every one that you do. So as long as you know the basics, you can always make one up. And I'm using Bermuda Bay for a change. Nice bright colour. Okay, so once you've done all your folding, scoring, folding, burnishing, we then need to come to our part score lines. Okay, so you can just see them there. They haven't been burnished because we don't need to. What you're going to do, you're going to cut down those 2 squares. You're then going to go across diagonally, across to the corner of the opposite one, and then down. So you've got this step. This one you just cut across completely. Okay, so that's the shape you've got. So again, you cut down that partial score line, diagonal across. If you think you're going, think about it, you're going across to this continuous line, and then just down one more and then we cut away. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So cut down the partial score line, across diagonally, down one, and then completely across all of those. As I say, there are numerous tutorials out there, so if you struggle you can always watch one of those. But that is, whoops, throwing my scissors at myself, that's what you're left with. Okay, that's the shape. Okay, so now we need to get some adhesive going. So we're going to start off with these straight ones here. Hidden my tear and tape from myself. So right across the very top, we're going to add tear and tape. Again over this one, all the way across, tear and tape. Okay. Take your backing off. And then you're going to roll this under, because you're obviously making your frame, if you like. And I'm tucking this edge up against this score line. Okay, so I'm in effect doing that, making my cube. So I'm tucking it under, keeping it all straight, and then you can just press it down carefully and it will stick in place, and you've got your cube there. Exactly the same on the other side. So backing off, roll him over and tuck him under, and then just press gently there to put him in place. So there's the start of him. Okay, yeah, exactly the same on this one. So again, tear and tape on these. And I like to do things in stages. Obviously I could put tear and tape on all four sides as we're doing it, but I want you to see and understand why things are done and how we do them. So adhesive on those. Before we take the backing off though, we need some tiny pieces. Okay, and they are going to sit underneath, whoops, that diagonal. Okay, so tiny bit on all four of our diagonal cuts. Okay, this is always the fiddly bit. So adhesive on those. Then what you need to do is on one side first, we're going to take the backing off these, but don't throw the backing away, because what I want you to do is turn it sideways and put it back on. Okay, you see what I did? So again, I'll do it on this one. Take the backing off of this one, turn it and stick it back on. Okay, so you can see from the other side you've got these two little bits. Then we take the main piece off here. And we're going to do exactly the same. Now we're going to push these just very gently to the side, just out of the way a little. Roll this up and under. Exactly the same principle here. Feel that score line and pop it down. Then push these in, the corners in here, and then you pull on that little tab if you can. Could do with some tweezers. Oh heavens. Go on, get at it. Oh my goodness. There we go. Pull that out and press that down. Not too hard because you'll squash your corner. And then you're going to do exactly the same on this side. So you're going to hold it all in place. Get that little piece of tear and tape backing and press it down. Okay, and that's how you get your pretty corners. So we'll do exactly the same now on this side. So again, backing off. Maybe remember to leave yourself plenty of backing to grab hold of, or use tweezers. Like I said, I don't have any tweezers at the moment. That's sort of taught me to get some, I think. take the backing off the long piece, and then, like I said, just very gently we'll just put them out of the way for the minute. Tuck that bottom piece in, tuck your corner in, pull your tear and tape out. Same again here. And there we go. So there is your shadow box, all ready for your chocolates to go in. And then we just need to do our sleeve that goes over the top of the chocolates, which I can't actually do. There we go. This little sleeve piece here. So put that to one side for the moment. So for the sleeve piece, you will need some DSP. That is cardstock, 4.5 by 9.5, and you are going to score. Now I'm afraid I'm going to have to use my trimmer for this one because I have some silly sizes. What I would suggest is, whenever I do these kind of projects, 9 times out of 10, I will start by putting my cardstock across the top like this, making sure that this end is level, and then I fold very slightly and then I score. So there's never an exact measurement, and then once I've done that I will then measure it to make sure it's the right size. Whether it works or not, I don't know. It works better for me that way, but I will do it with the scoring for you. So long side, we're going to score at, okay, I'm going to turn it that way because I need to do 1/2 inch, then 1 inch, then 5 1/16, and 5 9/16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mark just after the 5.5. Okay. So that is in centimetres 1, 2, 11.1 and 12.1. We'll see, shall we, if this is going to work. Fold and burnish these lovely score lines, and as I say, we'll see if this works or if my theory of putting on and folding works better. So let's give it a whirl. So tuck that in there, that over the top. Okay, not bad, it does fit, we're okay. So obviously this will be the back, so let's get our tear and tape across there. And then I want to stick my DSP on and my decoration before I put it on the box. So beautiful Bird Ballad DSP, so pretty. So this DSP is 3 3/4 by 4 1/4, which is 8.5 by 11.5, and as you can see, look, it's the reverse of that lovely key image that I used before. So pop that on there, and then I've used the stitch nested label dies. These are just stunning. Look at them, aren't they so pretty? So I've used those, which I should put to one side, and I've die cut the white and Bermuda Bay over the top there. I have my memento and my free as a bird stamp set, and I just love Your Friendship Means the World to me, because I think that would be great as a little gift to give someone. So that's that one. So I'm going to pop that on there, and I want to stamp it in memento. Put that lid on, and then I've got my Bermuda Bay here. I'll just give that clean, and I'm going to use that pretty leaf. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to go with the flower beans, as we have flowers on this one. So I'm going to go with the flower, and I'm actually going to stamp this off twice because I want a really light image on the background, which I think that looks really nice. Give that a clean, put my ink away. And then the last little thing that I want to do is I want to grab my snail and stick that onto my layer here. Oops, make sure it's correct. There we go. I then need some dimensionals on the back here. Which I will stick onto my box. Just in the corner down there. And then last but not least is my embellishment. I'm going to use a flower because I've used a flower. I used a key on this one because we had keys. And I'm just literally going to use a glue dot on here, on the back of my flower, and then just on the corner there. And then I can finally finish this off. Oh, that was clever. Not intentional. And then what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to put the front of the box in place, turn it over, and then I'm going to actually seal it on the box so that I know that it fits. Make sure it's lined up. Oh crumbs, that was meant to stick then and it didn't. There we go. And so now I know that my box with my chocolates in fits just nicely. And there we have it, my chocolate shadow box. Hope you like it. And if you shop with me, you may very well receive one of these next month. Have a great day and hope to see you all again soon.